Hello, this is Gray Hughes. I have an update on the Hart case. Amy Atlas and Newport Marina both sent me updates on this case, and I appreciate that. If anybody else has any cases they'd like me to go over or updates on any cases, let me know and I'll try to work them in. Okay, I also want to mention that you might need to unsubscribe and subscribe again to get notifications, because I noticed lately that I'll make a video and I have over 13,000 subscribers, but only 1,000 people might even see the video. Okay, and I think that means they're not getting the notification, they're not even being suggested to them. Okay, and that's where liking the video actually matters. I didn't realize that liking the video even mattered. I used to say, hey, don't like it, don't like it. But if you actually like the video, click on the like button, and what happens is then YouTube says, hey, and they start recommending it to other people. Okay, I hadn't realized that. Okay, so let's get to the update on the Hart case. It's not really good news at all. Let's start by taking a look at the Mendocino County Sheriff's Department's Facebook page. They put out a press release earlier today. On May 9th, 2018, at approximately 7:15 p.m., a Mendocino County Sheriff's deputy was dispatched to the area of North Highway 1 and Hardy Creek in Westport, California. Upon arrival, the deputy learned a local resident had found a pair of jean pants with a shoe entangled inside one of the pant legs on the ocean beach near the mouth of Hardy Creek. I will show you guys that here in a few minutes. The area is approximately 1 mile north of the Hart family crash site. The jeans were girl size 10 regular, and the shoe appeared to be 3.5 U.S. big kid size and or 5.5 women's U.S. size. Upon inspection, it was determined skeletal remains of what appeared to be a human foot was inside of the shoe. The shoe with the skeletal remains was released to the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office Coroner's Division. The California Department of Justice Bureau of Forensic Services Richmond DNA Laboratory is being asked to identify the remains through DNA analysis. On May 10, 2018, a group of Mendocino County Sheriff's Office search and rescue members were being deployed to the area where the skeletal remains were located to conduct a search during low tide conditions. It says toe tide there, but I'm sure it meant low tide conditions. An assessment of the ocean and terrain will be conducted for the planning of a future search operation. The Mendocino County Sheriff's Office Coroner's Division to date have received analysis reports on all of the Hart family members who have been recovered and identified. The toxicology analysis showed 3 of the children had a positive toxicology finding in their blood of the active ingredient in Benadryl, while 1 child had no toxicology finding. At this time, the Coroner's Division is not releasing the names of the children associated with these toxicology findings. Okay, so there you have it. They actually found, I believe this is going to be Hannah that they found. These will be part of Hannah's remains. I mean, it's sad to say it like that, but I think that foot will end up being Hannah. Now, if you remember, Hannah appeared to many people to be 8 or 9 years old, even though she's 16. So I can imagine that even her clothes were meant for a 10-year-old. Or 9 or 10-year-olds. So it makes sense that the shoe found would be something that she would have worn. All right, and it's just so sad to, there was always a little hope that possibly they could have been somewhere else, but I think most of us probably thought that they were dead or killed somewhere else, at least Devontae and Hannah, perhaps because they were the last 2 to create problems for the barbarians, Jennifer and Sarah. I've decided to just cover their faces. I get sick of looking at them, to be honest with you. All right, so Hannah, I believe, is the body that just washed up. Now, it's still possible then that Devontae, because he was always sort of the hero of their movement that they were trying to portray to the world, is still alive because they haven't found him yet. But I think it's most likely that he too will be found in the water at some point. Okay, it's also possible that they killed him somewhere else because he was the very last person to create problems for the Hart family. You know, Jennifer and Sarah, you know, they didn't want their secret exposed, okay? All right, so I'm going to open back up that article again and go back here and get the name of the creek where they found the foot with the skeletal remains in it. And it looks like Hardy Creek in Westport, California. All right, so here is the area where Jennifer parked the car and then flew off the cliff, killing all the kids. All right, 3 of the bodies were found down below here with the car, and Sarah and Jennifer were inside the car. So 5 bodies were found almost immediately upon the authorities showing up on the location. And then a while later, I think a couple weeks later, Sierra's body was found in this area right here, just a couple hundred yards north of where the car went over the cliff. All right, now this new location, Hardy Creek, it's right here. All right, now it's hard to see the actual creek, but you can make it out right here, how the creek's winding down, and then it runs into the water right in this area. So I believe that Hannah's body was probably found on this beach in this area right here. Let's take a look at the street view here, and we can actually get a good view, I think. Let's see what we can see here. It's pretty rocky shore right there. But it does look like you could walk down there. If it was low tide, you could probably walk along this whole area right here. And as we saw earlier, I think if you drive back here a little bit and look back, there's actually a shoreline the whole way. It's not, you know, it's not a huge shoreline, but you can see it right here. You see that? All right, so it appears that this body that came to shore will be Hannah's. I'm not sure what to make of the fact that not all 4 of the kids didn't have the active ingredient in Benadryl. I don't know what to make of that. I wonder if she pulled over and maybe suggested everybody go to sleep, and they sat there for a little bit of time, and then when some of them went to sleep, then she just gunned it and went off the edge. And she gave Benadryl to the kids that knew had a hard time falling asleep, something like that. I do not know the answer to that question, okay? But the speculation that we had that possibly Devontae and Hannah were somewhere else has been somewhat squashed. I am going to say that this is going to be Hannah's body. The odds of it not being her are 1 in a million. Just like when Sierra's body washed ashore, when police said, well, we don't know if this is one of the Hart kids, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Literally 200 yards or so. Let's take a look at that, actually. Get the real measurements so people don't go, well, Gray, I actually checked the other day, and it said that, you know, I'm held to a different standard for some reason than other YouTubers who just claim things. All right, so I'm going to measure that, and it looks like it is 119 meters. And if you want to do yards, 130 yards up to about where Sierra was found. I don't know exactly where along this bank she was found, but she was found somewhere in that area. In this case, they said the shoe was found near the mouth of Hardy Creek. Okay, so that could be over here, might be on this side right here, but people actually found it by walking along the shore, I guess. So apparently you can actually go down there during low tide and walk along the bank there. All right, so that's all I have for you on the update. Apparently I have to switch this to red now too, and Devontae is the only one missing. It's not great news. you always hold out hope when you haven't found the actual body that maybe they're alive somewhere. But in this case, it's not going to be the case. Okay, now Devontae, there's still a chance, but I strongly doubt it. I think he also went out into the ocean. I do think it is strange. I will be honest. I think it's strange that all 6 of the children actually went outside of the van as it went over the cliff. I don't understand how all 6 went out and the only 2 remaining inside are the 2 parents. I mean, why weren't 1 or 2 still in the van as well? That's still something that's odd, and I'd like to have that explained. Maybe there's some physics explanation. I think somebody mentioned one time that when the car goes over the cliff, hits the ground, the force and pressure might shoot out, any luggage or bodies or, people, small children out the sides. It's pretty gruesome to actually think about, but it'd be interesting to have that information because I really do think it's odd that all 6 children were outside of the van, as I've said numerous times. All right, so I'm sorry for the sad update, and I guess until next time, everybody, be safe out there.